AM 560. The Answer.
It is Veterans Day, as I think we should always honor the veterans, fight for the principles we love, and fight for ourselves. My next guest is the Senior Director of Farm to Veteran, which is an organization that is really quite fascinating. She's played a pivotal role in transforming the non-for-profit from a single Illinois farm into a national force to service the needs and the food insecurities of veterans. She is Michelle Keller. Michelle, how are you?
I'm good, Sean. How are you?
Well, I'm good. And I have to tell you, Michelle, I'm a bit of a jerk when it comes to advertising. You could ask any of the suits here at AM 560, and I have a stipulation in my contract where I have the right to not advertise or not be affiliated with somebody. And I like that, because people call me uncompromising as if they're insulting me. I find that to be a compliment. So when I look up, and when I did the research on Farm to Veteran a long time ago when you first became affiliated with us, I was always impressed with who this station partners with. I love this station and how they run it. And everybody that's affiliated is in the, 95% of the money goes to the product and 5% for administration costs. But you guys are 100%. I find that to be amazing. I find the fact that you donate 100% of the food harvested from your farms, including meat and eggs, to veterans and to different partner organizations. That's amazing. How does that work?
So, it started with the vision at the beginning is how can we help veterans in the best way possible? And that was by giving them all of our beef and our pork and our eggs. That's how it started out at one farm, 60 acres in the south suburbs of Chicago. And from there, it's kind of grown from there to allow for produce to be added and additional farmers to be on board and getting as much food to veterans as possible.
And it's hundreds of thousands of meals so far that you've given.
Yes. Since 2020, it is over 500,000 meals.
That is unbelievable. And you also do something that I think is wonderful. You actually sell things to people instead of in the form of a donation. And when they buy it, you use that money to perpetrate it. That's something you don't hear a lot of. So were you the brainchild behind exposing this and spreading it out across the country the way it has become?
I was a very pivotal part of it. Our founder was basically like, how do we make this bigger? And I said, well, we can do this and this. And we were able to grow it to 9 different states. The products you're talking about actually started out as a hobby for him. He wanted to make cutting boards, and that kind of then turned into, well, let's do this and let's do this. So everything gets 100% back into the charity, 100% back into the farmers, into our farm here, to be able to get as much out to our veterans as possible.
It's something when you're older, you remember the Vietnam veterans, which was such a tragedy, the way they were treated. I remember it as a kid. I had relatives that had come back, and you saw them deal with things without virtually any help. Mm-hmm. And then you saw what we didn't think we'd see in the 80s and the 90s. You saw veterans go to the Middle East and come back, and the trauma and the different thing. And there was a different approach, right? The different approach was you should be aware of it. But to this day, in the year 2025, it feels like a tremendous amount of these guys are abandoned. And I am an anti-socialist, I don't believe in anybody getting anything for anything. But when it comes to veterans, I believe these are the only people in our society that should never go hungry, never worry about rent, never worry about what happens at the time they die when it comes to the costs of death. It's amazing that they are abandoned. Isn't it amazing? I mean, in the grand scheme of the 370 million people in this country, they're an infinitesimal percentage, yet they seem to be abandoned a lot. Isn't that just nauseating?
It saddens me every day, and I hear the stories, and I see it firsthand. And then when you look at the statistics of 1 in 5 veterans will be food insecure at some point during their lives, that shouldn't be. I mean, they signed a blank check basically to the United States, and we should be supporting them 100% with whatever we have.
So I love what you and your people do. I absolutely do. And I find it fascinating that you've been able to do this and that it's still in need. The sad part is you're in need, and the blessing is you're there to fill that need. And Farm to Veteran is growing constantly. So what's the best thing we can do to make certain that that always is the case?
I mean, the best thing, honestly, is first off, awareness, just awareness of the problem. If it's not us, another veteran organization, just making sure these veterans get help. And then, obviously, whatever support you can give. Obviously, this doesn't work without financial support. That's the best kind, but we understand that not everyone can do that. So whether it's awareness, just telling people who we are, spreading awareness of the cause and the problem, so that eventually we won't have to exist. We won't have to exist because we want to eradicate the problem and get rid of that food insecurity.
Well, that's true charity. Goal. That's true charity, right? And the nice thing is you're offering products. So what would a cutting board, how does it work? You donate a certain amount and you send me a cutting board?
Oh, no, it's not a donation for a cutting board. You can go on our website and look and see what we have. If something works for you, go ahead and order it. And basically, it's just like that. It's not a donation for an item.
Oh, all right, good. But you buy the item, and the money still goes to support the farmtoveteran.com. So this is all part of it. You know, you got to come on. I'm trying to help you with a little marketing, and then you got to sell the oil because, unbeknownst to me, you have to oil the cutting board. I didn't know that.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, see, and then the cutting board doesn't live up if you don't know. So now we got to sell the Farm to Veteran oil. And see, I love the idea that what you're doing because it will grow. And you know, I've watched this with other organizations that are honest, that serve the purpose they're stated for, and that's what I love about the idea. And it's a single Illinois farm. How big was it?
60 acres.
Are they still in Illinois?
Yes, we are.
All right, this is all very good stuff.
I'm actually on the property right now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
And 60 acres isn't much, and yet you grew it to this. It's truly amazing what you guys did, and I can't state it enough. How many farms cooperate with you, and who came up with that? That was you too, wasn't it?
It was. So we just did pork and beef and eggs on our farm, and that's what it all started out with. And then basically we were listening to what the veterans were wanting. And they were like, is there any way we can get fruits and vegetables? Can we get more of a variety? And I was like, all right, here's a problem. Let me figure out how to make it happen. So we now work with, I believe it's 7 or 8 additional partner farms, and we pay them fair market value for their goods, so that they're not also suffering, because we also know that farmers are struggling as well. So we make sure that the farmers are getting paid, and then we take that and we go and deliver fruits and vegetables to our veterans. Actually, I'm doing a donation tomorrow. So.
Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. And all we have to do is go to Farm to Veteran to help contribute to anything we can. It doesn't have to be a massive thing. I know you understand what the people are going through, but I'm going to help you in a different way. I want to help you in a different way. What do you think of that? Scott Shality has RFD TV, and I don't know if you know Scott. He's a regular guest on my show. He comes on once a week. And RFD TV. I'm gonna make sure you get his contact information because I know him, and he would love to help an organization like that. And are you affiliated with any farms down in South Florida?
We are in Central Florida right now.
Okay, good. I want to get the contact information for a guy by the name of Alfie Oates, who's a wonderful guy, and he would love to be a help and an asset to you. So we'll do it that way, right? This is what you have to do. You have to grow, and you have to tell people about it so that it continues to grow, and we don't have to worry about the people who risked everything to fight for the principles that are often abandoned, and they're abandoned. So I love this idea, Michelle, of what you're doing, and anything we can do to help farm, the number 2veteran.com, no spaces. Go there right now and do what you can, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you, Michelle. I really, really appreciate you. 312-642-5600.
He believes in freedom, capitalism, and individual liberty. And because of that, he's become an enemy of the state. He's Sean Thompson, and this is The Sean Thompson Show on AM 560. The Answer.